Good afternoon, and welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to our Direwolf 20 1.10 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So, up behind me, this thing took a while to build. I'll be honest with you. It's not done. It's not just going to be a big floating ball up in the sky. But this is where our bed is. So, it's all mana glass from Britannia, which that system that I've got over there for the mana is working perfectly, absolutely perfectly. We did run through coal pretty heavily. If we take a look here, I think it's actually stopped up. Yeah, I mean, we've got a few blocks of coal here, but yeah, so we've pretty much annihilated all of our coal that's in the system. That's fine. If I need coal, I'll come out here. Eventually, we'll get it all backed up. But I got that done, and by the way, it's all mana glass, and then it's water on the inside to give it that blue look. And I've got some pretty cool ideas to really push it and make it a little bit more interesting. So it's just I haven't had the time to get into all of that. I also got our blast furnaces all fixed up, so we've got all of these done with preheaters, like we were doing last episode. And then in addition, actually let me go up here, it'd be easier to show you. If we take a step out here, you'll notice I did get these farms finished out. Basically, we pop down here, I have the white line is connected into here that supplies these with hose. And then each of these, this one's industrial hemp. I actually might want to upgrade the conduit speed. I don't know. Maybe not. And then over here we have potatoes being planted and done. And each of these are sped up with the worms and also the greenhouse glass. And then basically it just pulls it through. There's also a power line that we're going to be using today. And this all connects through on the industrial farms line. I set up another dimensional transceiver. And then over here we have an ender chest that is filtered to take in the hemp and the poisonous potatoes with a higher priority. Really the priority doesn't matter because I'm using storage drawers as a buffer first for the potatoes and stuff. But we're going to be using those poisonous potatoes and those hemps, all that hemp, fairly soon, because we're going to use the poisonous potatoes with an Ender IO power setup. And then the hemp we're going to use for Britannia. We're going to use it with the Spectrolis for mana generation. So that's our long-term plan with that. So we're still going to use all the byproducts from the farm. So it's going to be quite useful having these two farms. So because there'll be quite a bit of energy creation and also mana creation. Now down here, by the way, the blood altar is not going to stay here. I'm actually planning on moving this fairly soon to a more permanent place. But this building's going to be, it's mainly going to handle all of our liquid creation. I'm also going to keep the Tinkerer's smeltery up here because we're going to have a liquid setup with that, and I'll get more into that later on. I mean, it's really kind of just for fun because Tinker's Construct isn't something we're going to be just using a ton of. Once we have our tools and stuff, we're good. But anyway, we have, let's see, 21 stacks. I went ahead and upgrade these with emerald storage capacitors or capacity upgrades. We've got 21 stacks of potatoes right now and 41 stacks of industrial hemp seeds. So that is great. I also made a bunch of steel. And, whoops, wrong floor. We are going to, do I have my engineers? I know I have this. I do need that. Okay, so a book and a lever gets us our engineer's manual. Because we are going to want that for what we're going to be doing today, which is, of course, setting up our diesel setup. So there's 4 different multi-blocks that we're going to need, and I'm going to move through this fairly quickly so that we can get through all of this today. But first up, we're going to want a squeezer, and I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to write down, just because it makes it a lot easier on me, I'm going to write down all the materials that we need. And by the way, you can look at this little question mark here and see all the materials that you're going to need for these multi-blocks. It's a lot of steel, a lot of iron, that kind of stuff. Also some wooden barrels and pistons for the squeezer. And then we're also going to want the fermenter, which is more steel scaffolding, fluid pipes, cauldrons, iron sheet metal, that sort of stuff. Then we're also going to want a refinery, which is more steel scaffolding, iron sheet metal, a lot of the same stuff with this one as well. Okay, so I've got myself a little shopping list here, and we're also going to need a diesel generator, but I'm going to do that separate. For right now, we're just going to make the whole refinery setup to get us started. So we're going to need some steel scaffolding, and we're going to need 20 of these, by the way. So, fun stuff. So 24 is the lowest that we can go on that. Then we're going to want fluid pipes. We're going to want 9 of these. So I'm going to let that run. I did get 8 of those made, but we'll come back to that in just a moment. And then we're going to want 3 redstone engineering blocks. So there's 4 of those. And then we're going to want some light engineering blocks. We're going to need 6 of these. And we're going to need some iron mechanical components. So there's 6 of those. And then we're going to want 4 wooden barrels. And I never made a coke oven on here. I just realized that. So we're going to need, let's see, let me get some clay or some bricks. I'm actually going to make a recipe just really quick for bricks. Because we're at the point now, anything that we make, you know, if we're like, well, we'll probably use that again or something, we'll probably just go ahead and do recipes for it. You know, moving forward, a lot of recipe making. Anyway, while that stuff's getting made, let's go ahead. We're going to need 1 piston, and we're going to need 3 steel fences. So I am going to need some more steel rods, and then just 1 craft of that. And then we're going to need some cauldrons, 4 of those. There's those. Then we're going to need 20 pieces of iron sheet metal, which is a bunch more of these iron plates. So let's go ahead. We're going to need 20 pieces. I've got 1 spare, but that doesn't really help me out at all. And since we got some more iron plates now, let's get our last fluid pipe. We only need 1, but it is what it is. And then we're also going to need 2 heavy engineering blocks. And for this, we're going to need some electrum, which of course is just gold and silver to make that. So there's our gold and silver. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and make a pattern for this. So gold and silver. We'll pop down here, and I believe this one, no, I don't have any extra alloy space. Okay, well that's fine. I'll make another alloy smelter in a bit, and we'll get that sorted out. For now, I'm just going to make a bit of electrum. That's fine. Should craft 2 at a time, which it does. Good stuff. And there's our 2 heavy engineering blocks. Now, I want to go ahead and get the rest of our coke bricks. We're going to need 27 of these. So, it should be done making those bricks, so that should be fine. I never put an octadic capacitor in this one. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that. I was wondering why it was making bricks so slowly, but I haven't fully upgraded everything to new capacitors and all that stuff, so I'm going to need to make a piece of sandstone for this last one. I may actually automate sandstone here in a bit, because all you gotta do is just set it to autocraft with the sand. I mean, we've got 215 stacks of sand, so we probably want to do that. But now that we've got our coke oven, I'm going to go ahead and grab just some coal. Let's go with a stack of blocks of coal. That's great. And we'll go ahead and pop down here, and I'm going to set up the coke ovens. We'll put them like, because they're going to be a fluid area thing, so we'll put them like right over here. And I'll end up adding some more of these, but for right now 1 is fine, honestly. It'll get us started. And let me grab my engineer's hammer, and we're just going to smack it. And that makes our coke oven. Then we can just throw our blocks of coal in there, and they're going to start processing. And once they process, we'll get a block of coal coke, and which is very good for blast furnaces. Honestly, it goes really far. Then we'll also get a bit of creosote oil. However, while we're waiting on that, we can go ahead and start setting up some of our machines. The squeezer is the one that needs the barrel, so we'll go ahead and do the fermenter. And if you look through here, we can see that to make ethanol, which is the first thing that we're going to need, we can either use melon, sugar canes, apples, or potatoes, which we're going to use potatoes. And so we're going to put it on the right-hand side where my potatoes are set up. And let's go ahead and pause this. And basically we're going to want this to be the front setup. So if we take a look here, it's going to be the light engineering block and then scaffolding. And then our fluid pipes running out like this. So we'll do our fluid pipes here. We'll do our light engineering block right there, and then just scaffolding for the rest of this. And then next up, we're going to want just cauldrons and light engineering block. Light engineering block there. Our redstone control block is going to go right here, and then we're going to throw down our cauldrons just like that. Then the top is just iron sheet metal, like so. And now if we take our hammer and we smack the cauldrons, it's going to form together, and now we have our industrial fermenter. Now power needs to be ran, that's fluid output. And we'll just bring our energy line down like this, and we'll just plug this in like so. And you'll notice now we have power, and then what we'll do is we'll just bring our item conduits back from here to there. We're going to say you're going to insert, you're going to extract always active. So this is now getting potatoes. And you'll notice that it's going to start breaking those down into ethanol for us, which is great. That's wonderful. And so that one's working. I will probably end up changing this to some kind of wireless kind of energy connection, maybe. Let me check one thing really quick. Okay, now, I wasn't sure if we could connect the power to the bottom. That would be nice, but oh well. I'll probably end up doing some kind of wireless. We'll see. But anyway, and this is a redstone control. We're not really going to use that. And then this is where our fluid's going to be output. So, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and let it start building up with ethanol. And then we should have some creosote by now, I should think. No, we don't. That takes a while to run through a block, but you'll get a lot of creosote oil for it. So next up, we'll go ahead and set up the refinery. Now this is going to need a heavy engineering block in the front, and then we're going to need a light engineering block in the back. And we're going to have fluid pipes that ran across like that. And we'll go ahead and connect that stuff. And this heavy engineering block, it's going to go ahead and come up again like that. The light engineering block will come up again like that. Redstone control block is going to go right there. And actually the fluid pipes are supposed to run all the way through. My bad. My bad on that. And then the rest of this is all steel scaffolding, I believe. For some reason I noticed my FPS has dropped like significantly lower upon starting to set this up. So we'll see. Hopefully this works good. And then we're going to need to do iron sheet metal in the back there. Basically just small like 2x2s. 2x2x2s. So we'll do that. And then we'll smack it with the hammer, and there we go. So this is going to, we'll be able to insert our liquids. So let me go see, do I have any any kind of fluid conduits? It doesn't have to be ender. Anyway, 8 of these is fine to get started with, and what we'll do is we're just going to run this down. We'll plug this up like so. We'll say you extract, and we're just going to run this up to here. We'll say you insert, and we'll just wrench this and connect it. And so now you'll notice that this side is filling up with ethanol, which is great. And now we need to set up this one. So, which I believe the output will be in the perfect spot. So honestly, one fluid conduit's actually probably enough. Very, very nice. Let's see, do we have enough creosote? Oh my gosh, steel? Really? Really? That's fine. We can go ahead and start setting this up. So the squeezer is going to do the same thing as these other ones, but it's going to use seeds, and it's going to squeeze them for seed oil. We'll see the bottom, we're going to need the engineering block and the scaffolding with the pipe running out. The bottom is really similar to the ones we've done prior. So go ahead and do that. We'll do the light engineering block right here, and I believe it actually needs to come up again. And I'm pretty sure the redstone engineering block goes right here. And then we'll do steel scaffolding. Like this. Alright, and then we just need the barrels now. Is really what we need. So I've got to wait on this creosote for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and get some glass bottles, because that's what we're going to be using to get the stuff out that we need. So 6 of those, that's fine for now. Alright, so we got 5,000 millibuckets of creosote oil and our first block of coal coke, which is great. So we'll just throw our glass bottles in there. That's going to transform into creosote bottles. And then what we need to do is we need to get some treated wood planks. So basically if we just take wood planks, let's get like 100 of those, that's fine. It's going to craft them right up for us. We'll do that, throw our creosote in the middle, and there we go. We get 8 treated wood planks for every batch of that. Now it does consume the glass bottle, but that's not really a problem. We've got tons of glass. And so now we can get our wooden barrels. We're going to need some treated wood slabs. So it's what, 22 batches of these, and then just run them across, and there we go, 4 wooden barrels. Good stuff. And so now what we need to do is we just need to put these on top on the second floor here, like that, and then we need to lay out our steel fences like so, and our piston. What happened to our piston? Maybe I used it for crafting or something? Alright, so there's our piston. If we smack one of the wooden barrels, that's going to turn it into our industrial squeezer. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and set a fluid pipe down here. Say, you're going to extract, you're going to insert, and then we're going to have to run energy to this, of course. So energy, of course, plugs into the same spot to right there. There we go, it's got energy. And then our item line, we're going to have to bring it back here. So we're going to have it just straight out extract from the drawer system on the red channel. And we'll just bring it back along through here like this. And it'll just come right up, plug into here. Plug it in on red, and there we go. So it's getting hemp seeds. By the way, these things look really cool when they run because you can actually visually watch them. That one more so than this one. Because that one, I guess, everything's fermented inside the barrel. This you can actually see it squeezing down and making seed oil. But anyway, this stuff is going together, plant oil and ethanol. And then we need to supply this with power, of course. So power line, we're just going to run it back here. Actually works out very, very well. So we'll just bring our power line up like that. And this has power now, which is great. Let me go ahead and light this little area. Oh, I've got another piston. What is going on? Maybe I had it and I didn't see it. Maybe I'm blind. But anyway, we're producing biodiesel, which is the fuel that we're going to be using with our diesel generator. So very, very nice. And it's actually a fairly decent power source for this stage in the game. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a drum, because I want to, kind of have a buffer for this fuel. And then I also want an ender tank. We'll just set the initial ender tank up. I'm going to do white, white, green, white, I think. That's fine. And we'll set this up like right here. Like, it looks like there's something in here, but I can't. Okay, it's getting the biodiesel. Okay. It like looked all black for some reason. See, looks like oil or something is in there. But anyways, I guess that works. And then what we'll do is we'll pop on over here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to set it up like right upstairs here. Our diesel setup. I figured out what I want to do. So let's go ahead and make the stuff that we're going to need. I went ahead and made a list of the things that we're going to need for our diesel generator. And I'm probably going to add a second one. And I'm going to set up the radiator blocks like right here. Do 3 of those. And these just need to come all the way up like that. Where'd my book go? So then what we're going to do is we're going to run fluid pipes back with scaffolding. So let's go ahead and set that up. Basically, fluid pipes are going to come through here like that. like that. We're going to put a generator block here. Then these just need to come out like that. And then we'll do steel scaffolding. But we'll go ahead and set this up like that. And then the next level, basically our redstone engineering block is going to need to go on this side here. And then all we have to put down now is our heavy engineering block. Yeah, just a bunch of these. So these are going to come out and they're going to be solid on this level. And then up here they're just going to make like a small T shape. That should be it. So now we can take our engineer's hammer and smack the front there. And we got the bad for the achievement, or bad for the environment achievement. And you'll notice here that fluid can come in on either side of this, and then power can be output out the front here. So very, very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to set up our ender tank. It's going to go like right here, I think. And we'll do, because we're going to have another one of these on the other side. And then I'm going to need some more fluid conduits. Then what we'll do is we'll just bring our fluid conduit out and over like this. We're going to say you're going to extract, always active, and then that's pretty well that. Now it's not running right now, of course, because it can't output the power anywhere. So what we're going to do is we'll just bring a power line up to right there. And we'll go ahead and send it through the floor. I guess, I don't know, we might end up using immersive engineering's cables, but I don't know. Okay, so I went ahead and made a vibrant capacitor bank so you guys could see like how much power this actually produces. So if we set this up right here, will it not output? There we go. I guess it won't automatically output out of that. That's fine. But you can see that we're generating 4,096. So it's not terrible. And then honestly, that setup down there should be fast enough to support another diesel engine. So we'll have about 8,000 RF a tick off of this. So not terrible. It does use a little bit of RF to create the the ethanol and all that, but it's really not a whole lot. And this liquid is actually fairly efficient. Now I did forget to set up my buffer drum, didn't I? Now I think about it. Yeah, see, I mean, it's keeping up with that, no problem. And we still got 32 stacks of potatoes and 101 stacks of industrial hemp seeds. So very, very nice. Pop back up here really, really quick. So yeah, I mean, that's going to fill up fairly quickly. I am going to go ahead and set up just a buffer drum. We'll set the drum down like right here. Say extract always active, and then we'll set up our ender tank. We'll just pop down here. That's what this area is for anyway, and I'll end up doing a facade at some point for this, but we'll set that right there, and we'll say there you go. We'll change that over, and we'll go ahead and set that to extract too. And so that drum will start filling up and serve as a buffer between the two the two diesel generators. So we can just throw another conduit line like right there and say extract always active, and because these can insert from either side. And wow, this thing's filling up at a decent rate, especially when you take into consideration all of our other power sources and everything. And we'll get about 8,000 per tick from the diesel setup, so not too bad. And honestly, this setup is going to be really, really nice for us. I should probably put another blaze lamp here, huh? Maybe. Because I don't actually need that greenhouse glass there. I didn't think about that. Alright. So, let me go get some more blazes real quick. But with that, I do believe I'm going to end out the episode, though. Because I know it's just about wrapping up point. And whatnot. Next episode, we'll probably get into RF Tools Quarry, honestly. Because I need to get rid of those mountains and stuff so I can continue building at least the ground level structures, you know. So we'll probably do that. Go back into RF tools for a little while. And then I also want to get back into magical stuff a little bit. Maybe blood magic and Britannia. Oh, stop it. So we may do that fairly soon, I think. But next episode is probably going to be RF tools, honestly. Just because there's still some stuff that I need from that, like pretty bad. And yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Oh, I got an arrow to the knee. Anyways, but if you enjoyed it, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And until next time, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys next time.